Flores Island offers more than just natural beauty. Wae Rebo is a traditional isolated village at an altitude of 1,100 meters above sea level, surrounded by mountainous terrain and lush jungle. Nestled in the district of Manggarai, East Nusa Tenggara, Indonesia, this village received the top award of excellence from UNESCO and the UNESCO Asia-Pacific Heritage Awards in 2012. Wae Rebo was recognized for its rebuilding of the traditional Barunyang, a traditional house built from the spirit of community cooperation towards a sustainable tradition while improving the lives of village residents. Empu Maro, who built the village some 100 years ago, is the founder and ancestor of the people. Under the protection of a friendly spirit, he led his tribe into the highlands of Flores. Currently, the residents are his 18th generation descendants. The local government started the development of Wae Rebo as a tourism destination in 1997. Their investment went into the construction of two Barunyang houses. A group of 15 architects from Jakarta renovated the remaining Barunyang houses in 2008 with the support of the community and local government. A unique feature of Wae Rebo is its tall, conical houses called Barunyang. The roof and entire house is covered with lontar thatch. The houses have 5 levels, each level designated for a specific purpose. There are 5 levels in Barunyang. The first level is called luter or tent and is the extended family's living quarters. The second level is called lobo or attic, where food and goods are stored. The third level, called lentar, is for storing seeds for the coming harvest. The fourth level, called lempere, is where food stocks are kept in case of drought. And the fifth level, called hakang code, is to place offerings for the ancestors, the most sacred level in the house. Upon your arrival in this village, you are not allowed to take photos until you have been greeted by the village elder in one of their Barunyang. After giving your donation for the village to the village elder, you will be served the famous Wae Rebo Robusta coffee as a welcome drink. Pinti is an annual ceremony in which people give thanks to God for the bountiful harvest that has been provided in the past year and pray for prosperity and health in the coming year. For Wae Rebo people, Pinti is a most important ceremony, especially to strengthen their unity. Not only the villagers of the village are participating in the Pinti, but also their neighbors and those living outside the village are looking for work. The ceremony is centered in 3 places, starting at 6 o'clock a.m. The first one takes place at the springs, indicating the beginning of life. Next is on the village's front porch, where prayers are said for women whose husbands live outside the village. And the last one is in the backyard, during which the community prays for prosperity and health for the whole village. At the ceremony's peak, 2 pigs are sacrificed, which blood is used to read futures by the high priest. A thrilling kachi fight will take place in the main courtyard as a sign of the last ritual of the ceremony. Villagers believe that one or both men must be beaten, since the blood that falls on their land will bring fertility. With a small population of around 1,200 people only, the village consists of 7 houses. The main food of villagers is cassava and maize. However, Wae Rebo people plant their own coffee, vanilla, and cinnamon, which they also sell to the local market, located some 15 kilometers from the village. Wae Rebo has recently gained popularity as a tourist destination for international ecotourists, which has boosted the village's economic prosperity. Besides its natural beauty and stunning landscape, visitors mainly go there to taste the famous Robusta Wae Rebo coffee. You may find the coffee garden on your way of trekking before entering the village. Wae Rebo is surrounded by panoramic mountains and the lush to-do forest. There are orchids, ferns, and chirping songbirds in this lush, tropical forest filled with abundant vegetation. This village has no mobile reception, and the electricity only runs from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. The weather is relatively cold, especially in the dry season. So don't forget to bring your jacket and trousers if you're planning to visit the village. In this village, you can take some great photos of the iconic 7 Barunyang, with the landscape of the mountain and the green forest in the background. Meanwhile, during the night, your eyes will be entertained by the sky view, full of stars, ideal for night photography. Please note that the journey to Wae Rebo village can be quite challenging due to its remote location and difficult accessibility. The journey involves a domestic flight to the nearest airport, a road trip, and trekking. Having a clear understanding of the step-by-step to get to Wae Rebo can simplify your journey. The first step, you must be heading to the nearest airport, Komodo Airport in Labuan Bajo, East Nusa Tenggara. You can book flights to Komodo Airport from several major cities in Indonesia, such as Denpasar, Jakarta, Surabaya, or Kupang. After arriving in Labuan Bajo, you can rent either a car or scooter to reach Dunga Village, which is the closest village to Wae Rebo. It will take about 4 to 5 hours to get there by driving. If you decide to go on this adventure, make sure you are very good at riding a scooter. Several roads are unpaved, steep, made entirely of huge stones with large gaps between them, or they lead through rivers. When you arrive at Wae Rebo, you need to sound the pentungan, the bell made from wood using a wooden stick, as a sign to the locals that tourists are coming. You are not allowed to take photos until you have been greeted by the village elder in one of their mbarvanyang. Then, there will be a welcoming ritual called the Ritual Waluyu. Travelers are supposed to contribute $3 to $6. After giving your donation for the village to the village elder, you will be served the famous Wae Rebo Robusta coffee as a welcome drink. Wae Rebo is completely surrounded by panoramic mountains and the dense Tedu forest. This tropical forest is rich in vegetation, where you will find orchids, different types of ferns, and hear the chirping of many songbirds. There is also no mobile coverage in this village, and the electricity is only available from 6 to 10 p.m. The air is relatively cold, especially in the dry season, so don't forget to bring your jacket if you're planning to visit the village. There are no official opening hours there either, but to respect the local people, especially the elders, you are expected to come at the latest at 5 p.m. before sunset. The elders are getting ready for their dinner and resting afterward at Barbanyang. Wae Rebo is an example of a village that applies both eco-tourism and community-based tourism. Eco-tourism allows communities to generate income without relying on natural resource extraction, which can harm the environment if overdone. After going through some tourism development, the number of visitors to Wae Rebo rose tenfold from 400 in 2011 to 3,000 in 2015, and kept increasing to 7,000 in 2018. Through community-based tourism, local communities actively participate in local tourism activities, such as by providing accommodation and food and beverages for visitors. In Wae Rebo, gaining new incomes from tourism doesn't mean that the local community abandoned their agricultural produce. Instead, tourism has strengthened the local economy. Local community has been able to gain additional income from tourism aside from agriculture. Some of the income was used for heritage conservation, for preserving their mbaranyang. What's more, it can also provide funds for locals, from funding local children's education through university to maintaining a pension for the elders.